Hey guys, it's Kevin again, and in this video I'm going to do my not really long overdue review, but it is kind of taking a while for me to review this, but it's going to be my review of Pippin. And I was quite looking forward to this CD because I heard it was a really good revival, and a lot of people said it's one of probably the best revival of the season, and I gotta say that definitely is the case. Pippin is amazing. By the way, the reason I didn't have my review of it for you yesterday was Wednesday was because I had a problem with iTunes. They had charged me twice for a CD, and I fixed everything, so now that problem is fixed, so I was able to get the whole CD. And it's an amazing, amazing, amazing soundtrack, and it's definitely the best revival of 2013 because it really is just that amazing. So let's first get to the songs. The first song we have, of course, is Magic to Do. Oh, wait a minute. Before I talk about the song, I'm just going to say, I'll say the same thing with Pippin that I said for when the Godspell album came out in 2011. That's one of my favorite cast recordings. My favorite cast recording of Godspell is the 2011 version. Because, just like Godspell, Pippin is not one of the strongest Broadway recordings of all time in the 70s. I was just listening to the old one, and it's not very strong, and it's not very good either, because it's very dated. And so I'm going to say with Pippin exactly what I'm going to say with Godspell is that they are bringing it to a new audience. They've improved the songs. They've made them sound better. They've gotten cast members that the audience will recognize. They've gotten people who are older. They've gotten some people that are younger. And everyone in the show is spectacular, though. There's not one person in the show that I feel, they're just a weak link. They don't need to be here. Everyone in the show is great. So we're first going to get to Magic to Do.
Join us, leave your field to flower. Join us, leave your cheese to sour. Join us, come and waste an hour or two.
The only other thing I've heard between the Miller and his sister act, and she was fantastic in that. That's one of the most underrated musicals. Like, a lot of people forgot about it. I haven't forgotten about it because I thought that soundtrack was amazing. And she's great in this. She's so different in this, and I love that she plays the leading Claire because in the 1970 version, that was a guy, and now it's a girl, and I think that's great how they did that. Because it really is a modern audience. So yeah, I really love this, though. It's a perfect way to get the audience ready. Magic to Do just for you, talking right to the audience, and I think it's just a really, really great rendition. And this song was actually available before the rest of the album came out. When you pre-ordered it, you would get this song. And I think that's great how they did that, because it definitely was the song to do that with. So then the next song, it was kind of like, I would think of it, they probably did it because it's like a preview of what's in store. Because some of the lyrics are, kings and queens who'll take by storm as we go along our way. And so then you're like, oh, why can't I listen to the rest of it? And that's what happens with this song. And I think it's great. So then we get to Corner of the Sky.
Belong where they can fly. I've got to be where my spirit can run free. Gotta find my corner of the sky.
Matthew James Thomas, he's amazing. Honestly, he's great as Pippin. He was the perfect Pippin. I mean, Pippin really is, I don't really think it's a complex role because you just have to be some guy who can sing, who wants to find their purpose in life, and this is perfect. I think he's really, really great. He's really amazing. I don't know why he wasn't nominated because, Tina Miller was nominated for Best Actress, so why couldn't he have been nominated for Best Actor? Probably because they didn't want him in the same category as Billy Porter and Bertie Carvel, because then, if that would have happened, we would have had the three of them facing off instead of narrowing it down to two. And then we would have had 6 nominees, and they probably wanted to give Rob McClure credit, as, it wasn't like a huge performance from him, like he did a good job, But I think Matthew James Thomas is really, really good as Pippin, and I think he's just really fantastic. I think it's just really, really good. So definitely, Corner of the Sky is definitely a really great song. So then we get to War is a Science.
And then, gentlemen, and then the men go marching.
This is one of the funniest songs in the show, honestly. I think it's very funny. And Terrence Mann, I think he should win Best Supporting Actor. I think he's definitely going to because of this song. And I think he really should because this song is hilarious. There's a part in the song where Pippin isn't getting it. He's like, okay, I'll just speed the whole damn thing up. And that part's hilarious when he says that because I just think it's a really funny song. And it's the only song Terrence Mann is in. And I think it's really, really good how they did this. So I really love this song. It's very funny, very catchy, especially the and then, and gentlemen, and then. That part is very catchy. That'll stick in your head. And once I heard it, I knew I was listening to something special when I heard this song because I really loved it. So then we go back to Bettina Miller for Glory. I think this is one of the most complex songs in the show. Like, this is probably her hardest song. And of all the ones she does, this one is probably her hardest. And the reason it's so hard is because she has to go from belting out vocals to a simple dance routine to getting really loud again. And right after this, she sings Simple Joys. So I think this is probably her hardest part in the show, is from singing this song, which is huge, to Simple Joys, which is not very big, and having to, you know, not give the same amount of energy she gave in Glory in Simple Joys, but she really does in Simple Joys. My phone just died. Great. That's just great. So I'm just going to continue while we go on, while my phone's dead. So I think I'm going to get my charger. So hang on. Alright, so now that I'm charging my phone, I'll just get to it. I think Glory's an excellent song because she has to go from belting out this big song in Glory to singing a simple song, Simple Joys, but it still sounds fantastic. And she still is great in both of those songs. So then after that song, we get to probably one of my favorite songs in the entire show because, one, it's very funny. Two, it's also very heartfelt and you can really relate to it. No Time at All by Andrea Martin. Again, when I listened to the Pippin CD and the original cast, I never thought I was listening to something all that good. But this version is just amazing. I play it for you, but as I said, my phone's dead, so I can't really play it for you right now. If there's time, if my phone comes back on soon, then I can play it for you. But right now my phone's dead, but it's so amazing. And the thing is, it's such a great song because you can really relate to it. I mean, she's this old person who's trying to help out her grandson, Pippin, and, you know, she's trying to tell him how there's no time to think about your life. You got to plan it right away because she's old. She wants to be young again. And at the same time, it's also very funny. So I really think Andrea Martin's fantastic and definitely one of the highlights in the entire show. She is just really, really good in this show. And I think she's just fantastic. So I really love Andrea Martin in this. And it's a really good 5-minute song. It doesn't even feel like 5 minutes, and it's definitely one of my favorite songs in the show. The next one is With You, sung by Matthew James Thomas. This isn't like one of my favorites in the show, but I do really like it. The weird thing is it starts out like really slow as a ballad, and then it gets really fast. And I'm not saying it's a bad song, it's just not one of my favorites. I do like it, but it's not one of my favorites, and I wouldn't skip it, but it's not one of my favorites in the show, but I do really like it. I do think it's quite a good song. And I definitely would recommend this one to everyone. So With You is still really good. While it's not my favorite, I still do like it. So then we get to the song Spread a Little Sunshine. This is sung by his other grandmother, and she is a little bit more comical than Andrea Martin's song. Her song is very funny, and she sounds a lot older. Andrea Martin did a really good job, though, too. She kind of sounded a little bit like Bette Midler, Ethel Merman, Deborah Monk. Not Ethel Merman. I mean, Ethel Merman couldn't sing for her life, but, like, she had the type of Bette Midler voice. Not, like, Women Eat My Wings Bette Midler, but, like, Gypsy Bette Midler, and, the Christmas album Bette Midler, and, Deborah Monk, you know, she was from Curtains, which I love that show. I think that's a really great show, so I love that show. And I think she was great in that show. But, yeah. This girl, though, too, is really, really good. I don't remember her name, but she's really good, too. In Spread a Little Sunshine, I do really like it. Then we get to my favorite song on the CD, Morning Glow. It is fantastic. It is the Act 1 finale, and it's really, really good because, I mean, Matthew James Thomas really shines here. I think this is Matthew James Thomas. Out of all the songs he sings on this soundtrack, this is his best. No doubt about it. There is no doubt in my mind this is his best song. There is no doubt in my mind that he doesn't do a better job than any of his other songs. He does not do a better job in any of the other songs than he does in this one. Morning Glow is the big hit of this CD. If you don't get Morning Glow, then something's wrong, because Morning Glow is amazing. It has the entire cast at the end, and then you got a little bit of Bettina Miller saying, "We got magic to do" at the very end, and I really love it, and it's just the perfect way to close Act 1. I love it. So then we go back, and we go to another one of my favorites, On the Right Track, which is pretty much one of the only times in the show, I think the first time, when he meets face-to-face with the leading player, Bettina Miller. You know, leading player doesn't have a name, so she's just called Bettina Miller. Oh, my phone's back on, so now maybe I can play you a little bit of, now I can start playing songs for you again. Alright, so here is Morning Glow first. Alright, so that's Morning Glow, and then here's On the Right Track. this is definitely one of the highlights of the show. I think it's really great. The two of them sound fantastic. It's a great duet. It's all about her saying to him, you know, stay on the right track. Don't worry. Your purpose will come. Don't worry. Everything is going to be okay. And I think it's great. She's also very snarky, though, and I really love it. And it's just one of the most fun songs in the show. I just really, really love it. So, On the Right Track is definitely one of the best ones in the show. And then we get to a new singer, Rachel Bay Jones, who is Pippin's love interest, singing Kind of Woman. This girl's voice is really great. She kind of reminds me of a young Laura Osnes. Honestly, she really does. She kind of has this sweet quality to her, just like Laura Osnes. And you guys know how much I love Laura Osnes, and she really reminds me of her. I think Rachel Bay Jones is just a really good singer, and I really like her on this song. I think she's really great in the show. So this is definitely one of the highlights of the CD as well. I think she's really great on this. And then the next song is the only other song I think Matthew James Thomas is as good on besides Morning Glow, Extraordinary. Extraordinary. He gets 3 solos in the show, and all of them are incredible. And this one's just a lot of fun. You know, the first 2 were ballads, and this one is just a lot of fun. And I really love it, honestly. I think it's really great. And it's a very fun song. You can just snap your fingers to and have a good time. And I just really, really love it. So Extraordinary is really, really good. And the next song is a duet between him and his love interest, Love Song. This is just a really cute duet, I think. I think they both sound really nice, and it's good that you have a little love story in the musical, and it's really nice, and I really love it. But then we get to a heartfelt song, I'll Miss the Man. I guess I'll Miss the Man. This song is all about her kind of talking about how she can't really be with him and that they had a short love, but she, you know, she didn't really know him very well, and he wasn't who she thought he was, and it's kind of sad, but it's also really nice closing to her character, I think, and I really do like it. And then we get to the finale, which is 7 minutes long, but here's the finale. Now, this finale is incredible because it has almost every character singing, and he kind of realizes how the girl is who he wants to be with, and that's his purpose in life, is to be with this girl. And I think it's a really great song, a perfect way to end the show. And so the finale is fantastic. Not as fantastic as like Raise You Up from Kinky Boots, but it's still great, and I love it. So honestly, Pippin is just really, really great. I mean, it's on par with Kinky Boots and Matilda, and it really deserves all the nominations it got, because it is the best revival. I do think Patina Miller is fantastic, and however, I do think Matthew James Thomas is great too. I think he should have been nominated. I can't believe he wasn't nominated. Andrea Martin, I will now play you a little bit of her song. She definitely deserves to be nominated because she's fantastic. Here's her song. every single song, but if you don't want to get every single song, it's a little too expensive for you, I'd recommend you get Wars of Science, all the songs with Bettina Miller. You need to get those, all the songs with Matthew James Thomas, No Time at All, Wars of Science, just get all the songs, honestly. I don't know why you wouldn't get all the songs, because they're all so good, and it really is a really great cast recording. I really think that they polished up all the vocals, they made the arrangements more modern, but they also made it more clearer and better, and they got really talented people. Like, this is a really talented cast. They all know how to sing. There's not one person there who I feel can't sing. And in the original show, that wasn't really the case. I didn't really think anybody was amazing in that. So, this one, though, definitely, I really love it. I think it's probably the best cast recording of Pippin there is. I think there's only 2. But this one is just really, really great. And everybody really shines in this cast. So, this is a really great cast recording. Please get it if you haven't already. So, that's it for my review of Pippin. I hope you enjoyed it. And I have 2 more Broadway cast recordings to review. Motown and The Mystery of Edwin Drood. So I will see you then. Bye.